What's up, guys? It's me, your girl CatCorelli, and this is episode 294 of my Cat Vibes series. Today I'm painting a big, beautiful Watusi bull. I do not know if you're aware, but there is such a breed of cattle called Watusi, which originates in Eastern Africa, as far as I remember. So I am locating this bull exactly in Africa. Because of that, I'm using a reference for the bull himself, but I'm making up the landscape just from looking at a multitude of videos and photos, just making up the landscape on the fly. Mostly, I'm focusing on the bull himself, and I have these pigment sticks, black, Mars red, and what was that, ivory white or something like this. And I really love these pigment sticks from Gamblin, as far as I remember. They are comprised of the same ingredients as oil paint. It's basically oil paint in just hard form, and a little bit of wax, beeswax. They melt very quickly. Once you start using them on your canvas, they melt real quick. But I love the black one. I actually almost used up the black because I use it so much. A lot of it. Sometimes it helps to cover large areas very quickly. I think it's kind of economically more feasible as compared to just painting with actual paint large dark areas. I like it, and it kind of feels more comfortable, I think. So there it is. There's that pigment stick again. It's a very sunny landscape, so it's a high contrast setting. This time I'm doing something different. As you can see in this painting, I'm using the grid because, there you go, that's kind of a in-between stage of the painting. I'm painting pretty thick this time, knowing that I will not be able to finish this painting in one sitting, so I'm just taking my time, but painting thick, diluting the paint a little bit at this point with pure linseed oil, no Gamsol, lots of oil. And then as I'm progressing further and further in my painting, I'm just reducing the amount of added oil and mostly just using straight paint out of the tube. And as I was getting pretty far in the painting, I realized that I don't want to paint just a bowl, but I also want to put a baobab tree there. Just because, you know, the previous video was about a baobab tree, so I thought, well, I should probably paint a baobab tree. I did one mistake, however. When I painted that one in, the mistake was with the lighting. I painted the shadow on the tree in the wrong place. So next day, I had to return and repaint the tree, and you will see it in a little bit, and make sure that the lighting is coherent, because otherwise, you know, the bull has a shadow being cast from left to right, and the tree has a shadow cast from right to left, which is just ridiculous. So here, this time I got it, I think. And because it's a made-up landscape, I just wanted to kind of make sure that the size of the baobab, given its distance, relates properly to the bull who's right here in front of us, and relates to the size of those distant mountains. Apparently this is a huge savanna again. There's something enchanting about these African savannas. And one day, I very likely will travel to a place like Serengeti. I absolutely want to travel there. I want to see what it looks like. I want to feel it. But for now, that's what I'm painting. And I think that I will be returning to bulls, painting bulls, because there's something about bulls specifically that I love painting. Just, bison and bull and European bison. The biggest bison that lives in Belarus. The largest remaining species of the European bison, as far as I remember, lives in... There is a park. It's actually the only remaining primordial forest left in Europe, and that is located on the western border of Belarus and in the easternmost part of Poland. So it's kind of the border. The Polish-Belarusian border runs through that park, through that forest. And in that forest, they have this European bison who lives there. And that's where there is most of these remaining bison. They live there. It's beautiful. And it's a it's a gorgeous forest. As far as I remember, in Russian it's called Belovezhskaya Pusha. In English, I don't know. What is it called? In Polish, it's probably Belovezha. Something like this. So maybe I'll paint some bison. But somehow the Watusi bull, I find the Watusi bull so gorgeous. It's a very powerful animal. A beautiful bull with those enormous, huge horns. Those huge horns just... Oh, I love them so much. And I think this is not the last bull that I'm painting. I think I'll be going back to this theme and painting more of these bulls. It was a challenge, I have to admit, because this was the first bull that I've ever painted. Never dealt with this kind of subject matter. The landscape itself, that wasn't difficult, really. It had its own challenges, but the bull and that particular look on his face, that was the real difficulty. The sky was okay, that was relatively easy. But the bull and that look. And he's a really intimidating son of a gun. You can tell. This guy got some testosterone in his veins. You look in his eyes and he's like, God, you probably better not piss him off. So, and I like it. I like it. He's such a dude. He's the guy. The master of the savannah. Him and that baobab. Two very different masters of the savannah. One a bull and the other one the silent baobab. And the painting is called The Calm Giants. So both of them are giants. The Watusi bull is giant in his own right. And the baobab is a giant tree in its own right. And both of them are just out there in that landscape. And I believe I'm almost done with this painting. Anyways, yeah, it's the last minute of the video. I want to say that I'm recording this video on July 12th. Today is July 12th. I painted this painting a while ago. I am currently working on the Sunset City album. The track called Giants is still not mixed. I'm currently mixing it. There we go. Here's the painting. It will be available in my Etsy store. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your comments and likes. I appreciate y'all's, and you will hear me on the next episode. Ciao.